Good evening. This is Chris Charles of Idle Features, and with me on the line tonight are two ladies I've had the pleasure of interviewing individually in the past, but now I have them together to discuss an upcoming film they'll both be appearing in. The film is Cameron Scott's The Krokodil Chronicles, and the ladies are Liane Langford and Donna Hamblin. How are you tonight, ladies?
Fine. Great, thanks. Good to be here.
All right, so Liane, you're joining me from Carmel, California.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And Donna, you're in Las Vegas.
Yes, hot Las Vegas.
Tell me about Las Vegas, Donna.
Are you kidding me? Las Vegas, okay. This lovely jewel city in the desert. It's like 120 and cloudy outside. It's probably about 60% humidity. Clothes are sticking to me. I love Las Vegas.
Okay, the movie, now am I pronouncing it correctly? Krokodil? Krokodil Chronicles. Now, I understand this is a follow-up to the 2013 movie Postmortem America.
2021 Postmortem America.
Right. Well, the 2013 movie Postmortem America 2021.
Right, 2021. Right, yes.
Okay, but neither of you ladies were involved in that one. Now, this one's an anthology. Now, it's composed of 4 separate stories, and do these stories intertwine?
Pretty much.
There's sort of a wraparound story that goes with the individual stories about Krokodil. Each story, it's like Pulp Fiction, you know, they do have a purpose. They're not intertwined as much as Pulp Fiction, but they are individual, and then there is a story that wraps around that whole idea. So yes, it's all related to Krokodil.
Okay. Now, are the scenes out of sequence as they were in Pulp Fiction? Do you know?
I don't think it's a sequential film necessarily, except for Nikita, because the woe of Nikita is the prologue to the film. So that would be sequential. That would be the introduction to what you were about to witness as far as this huge nightmare. Mm-hmm. It's incredibly creepy, horrifying, real film, and I'm really excited about doing this film. Cameron Scott's an amazing writer.
For those who don't know, Krokodil is a highly destructive drug. It's only been around for about 15 years. Is that correct?
No, it's. Donna, do you have that info? You wanna?
I don't, but I mean, I've studied up on it intensively for a reason for the script, and I think it's been around for a little bit longer. Right? Am I right, Liane?
It's actually been around. I think it started in WW2, maybe a little earlier, and they were using it as a synthetic morphine, and they found out how deadly this was. And its origin is actually Siberia, so I would say 30s or 40s.
Okay, I thought it only.
It's become a major epidemic.
Right.
Well, it's become an epidemic as of recently, is what it is.
I thought it had only been around as a street drug.
No.
About 15 years or so.
The military used it because, of course, as you know, morphine wasn't around. You couldn't get it. So there you go.
We were speaking about this before, Liane and I, and we said it on a different interview, that, I totally thought this was fiction. I didn't even know it existed. And when I started researching it, I was horrified. First of all, the stuff and chemicals that's put into this drug, and people are actually shooting this intravenously into their veins. It's like, it's stuff that you find underneath your kitchen sink, for God's sake. And it's like, this is going straight into people's veins. And when I saw the pictures, I really had to look closely because I thought they were photoshopped. And then I started researching more extensively and finding out that they were not photoshopped, meaning this is how Krokodil got its name, because it gives you the crocodile skin. And it's also known as a zombie drug because it literally just looks like your body's falling apart like a zombie.
It's a drug that eats its junkies. And it is the zombie drug. And it is really, when I mention it to people, Krokodil, they go, what is that? Is that the name of the film? Is that? And I always say, you know what? Go to Google and look it up. It's a K with Ks, and look at the images. And I said, listen, this is going to be really intense. So if you're brave enough, if you're not worried about being scared to death, look at the images. This is a very real synthetic morphine, and a lot of these junkies are not even shooting up in their veins. They'll just shoot up wherever they want, just like any junkie would. But the materials that they use to make it, literally, their limbs fall off.
And the lifespan, as we discussed before, the lifespan for a person that uses Krokodil is, the average lifespan is 1 year.
Or less.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and if they make it out alive, let's put it this way, Chris, if they make it out alive, I saw a video. There was a place in Siberia, I can't even pronounce it, I'm sorry, but it was two brothers that were taking the Krokodil, and their mother was describing, it was all translated, and these two brothers looked they couldn't talk, they looked like they were so out of it. And that's where I went, aha, there's the zombie end of it. They even if you get out of it, it still has these effects on you.
And I actually had Googled Krokodil survivors, and it just came up with the morbid pictures and photographs and whatnot, and it never really had anybody that told the story, because this is what, according to my story, my segment, and yours as well, in Krokodil Chronicles, I wanted to know what these survivors had to say to help develop my character, because, I mean, you know, you can guess as an actor using coke, whatever it is, but a drug like this is like, how do you really know what they go through when you would never experience this in your life? I've never known anybody that has, and I really wanted to know, and it's hard to find this information, probably because there is very, very few survivors of it.
Okay. Now, both you ladies are in different stories in this film. Donna, you play Jill in the segment entitled Requiem for a Junkie, and Liane, you star as Nikita in The Woe of Nikita.
Yes.
Donna, can you tell me about your character Jill?
Yes, my character Jill, I play a mother of a teenage daughter who was addicted to Krokodil, and myself got hooked a little bit as well. My husband, who's played by Jim O'Rear, is a cop, and this is, you know, takes the life of my daughter, and I don't want to give the whole story away, but he comes to visit me while I'm in an insane asylum, you know, locked up for surviving all this, and which is why I research survivors. And he's seeking revenge on everybody, and he's going all the way down the line to the Kingpin. The Kingpin, Avi, is played by Robert Lasardo, and he's the main distributor of all the perfect person. I can't wait. Anyhow, he comes to, you know, the place that I'm locked up in and whatnot, and lets me know that he's getting revenge, and he's getting rid of all these people that is, you know, became the result of my daughter's death. And so I have this huge, dramatic, amazing monologue that has so many different levels in it that I am so excited to play, because it's just, it's so deep, and this is where it ends, and I'm telling him, and I'm going after him, and I'm telling him what to do towards the end, and it's really not pretty.
So what did you find the most challenging about this role as you were reading the script?
You know, I think the most challenging is, like I said, you know, you can always research, you can develop character through experiences or what you read about. And with this, it's like there is none. You just see photos. So all you could do is imagine what they're going through. And for me, it's the character, you know, she's hooked herself. Her daughter's died because of it. Her husband's a cop. She hates her husband. And I think just going through the monologue over and over again and saying, okay, you know, this level, do this, and it's like every single word is different. It's a different reaction, every word she says. So that to me is the biggest challenge in that, and I'm actually still working on it, but God, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am.
Okay, great. And Liane, what can you tell me about Nikita?
Wow. Nikita. She is Siberian, and
so we're going to do an accent.
I've been studying Russian, actually, yes, for this role, and my family's Russian, so it sort of hits home in a very strange sort of way. We're going to be filming in August at the Ashmore Estates, which is one of the most haunted places in the West, and Scott Tepperman and Thomas Berdinsky are playing the cameraman and the interviewer, and Scott Teckerman is with with Ghost Hunters International, and he's done the Ashmore estate, investigated it. So we're going to be down in the boiler room, I think, for filming.
Wow.
And it's going to be filmed by Cameron, but actually it's going to be filmed in real time by the cameraman in my scene. So there'll be 4 of us down there, or whoever else, but 3 actors. And Nikita is just on a bare mattress, which a lot of these hooked on the Krokodil are orphans in Siberia. They're like meth houses, same thing. Yeah. And she is the prologue, and she's explaining, they offer her a fix if she'll tell her story. They promise her a fix, and she decides, and she hates them. She hates everybody. She hates everyone. And she starts telling the story of 6 other people and all their individual death stories, and she's the only one left. And I think it's very, very significant because the title doesn't even come up until you have to hear what she has to say. I'm not going to give away some of the really insane things that are going to be happening during this particular segment, but I've been really, Donna is saying so much in what she's telling about characterization and stepping inside. These are characters where you can't hide. You will have to dig deep. You have to, Nikita is a big part of me. I've never done heroin, but I understand her really well. I really understand. I think we all understand being alone, seeing death. The one thing that Cameron Scott really puts forward that I love is that Krokodil is the star of our film. She's that selfish, horrid monster in the film that is taking over everybody's lives, controls everybody's lives. She wants the spotlight. She wants to take it all out of you, and she's going to. People are going to walk out of there just going, oh, shit.
Right, yeah. And it's like it is, the Krokodil almost you see as a person or an entity, and it's so scary and creepy, and it does take over the movie from the people telling the story. It's very interesting. It's amazing how Cameron Scott wrote this out. I can't wait.
Now, Donna, how were you first contacted about your role?
I was contacted a few years ago by Cameron himself when he was in the beginning stages of doing this, getting back in after taking a short break or whatnot. And he asked me about Jill. And, I was busy doing this and that. I did not have a chance to really get back there because he was going to film shortly. And he gave the part of Jill to Liane, which I thought was fabulous because I knew she would rock it. I'm not this jealous, devious asshole actress. I was like, okay, she's going to do this part justice. I was really happy about it. And then the next thing I knew, I saw her. She was doing like the role of Nikita, and then I kind of just lost contact a little bit. And then Cameron contacted me a few months ago, and Liane, and asked me if I was still interested in it. And I remember the script and how amazing it was. It just amazing. And I was like, oh hell yeah, yes, I will do this. I was very grateful. So this is kind of how the whole story started and ended.
And Liane, how were you first contacted?
I wanted to work with Cameron Scott. I had worked with Linnea Quigley on A Blood Story, Joe Hollow's A Blood Story. And I met Linnea, and I love and adore her. And she had worked with Cameron on Postmortem America 2021. And I thought, I love this man. I love his daring to do this in black and white, a zombie film in black and white, sort of a zombie Western kind of a genre. And I can't remember if it was Luke Bernier. Somebody put me on to this film was being made, and I got in touch with Cameron, and he was only taking auditions. He was refusing. It didn't matter who you were. He wanted an audition. So I did one take of Nikita, and I broke down. I was like, it was so intense. So I thought, oh, holy shit. So I sent him one take, and it was between me and one other actor who had bested me in that audition, and he presented the role of Jill to me. So, and then it turned out that he apologized to me and said that actually I was Nikita right from the beginning. He had fought with it a lot with his wife, who is co-producer, and I just love how it all worked out. I got the role I really, really wanted in the first place. And Jill was a great role, and I was really thrilled to get that. But now I'm just so thrilled that, like, Donna's in where she needs to be, I'm where I need to be, and I just think it turned out really, really well in the end. So good timing.
Great. Like I mentioned before, Liane, you're in Woe of Nikita. Donna, you're in Requiem for a Junkie. And the other two segments are From Needle to Spoon to Grave, and you have some talented ladies in that one. Kaylee Williams, I interviewed her several years ago, and Andrea Collins, and King of Pain, and that stars Michelle Shields. Have you ever worked with any of these other ladies?
Kaylee was on A Blood Story with me, and I got to meet her, and I just absolutely adore her. I think she is wonderful. I really love her. And also, I worked with Donna in a Ted V. Michaels film. She was very, very close. Well, Donna can tell you about that. But Donna invited me, Luke Bernier invited me to meet Ted V. Michaels. And it was an absolute thrill. We were in 10 Violent Women together, part 2. And that was, sorry about all the ums tonight. That was his last film before he passed away. Yeah. So it was a great honor to be mentioned in his book, and Donna is mentioned in his book, and there are photos, and he was a wonderful, incredible filmmaker.
Yeah. Now, Donna, you actually became a favorite of Ted's during his last few years, didn't you?
I know. I've been called a muse. I actually, believe it or not, at one time I had a producer tell me, "You're his next Turasitana." I said, "No." I says, "There will never be another Turasitana." I appreciate, I'm highly complimented from it, but don't go there with it. You know, I mean, it's crazy, but, you know, Ted saw something in me. I'm very, very fortunate. He let me endeavor in a lot of his movies. He trusted me, and I was in 6 of his movies. I started in 2 of them. And not only that, Ted was like family to me. He was like a father to me. I aided in taking care of him the last few months of his life when he was in hospice. And this is how close we were. And I mean, I could go on, but I'm not going to about that. But his passion, it was like he was telling me just a few days before he passed, he's like, "Donna," he goes, "let's get this 10 Violent Women finished." I mean, this was his passion as a filmmaker, and I'm totally going off subject right now. So, but I will get back to that. But that's the first time I met Liane. Is she was in 10 Violent Women Part 2. She actually played Ted's girlfriend. He was this kingpin. She played his girlfriend. And Nils Hefling came from Germany, who played his bodyguard. So I got to know the two of them kind of on set that day, even though it was busy. But I'll tell you, I had so much fun watching them. Liane did a fabulous job. It was mostly all improv with her and Ted and Nils. And I mean, I was cracking up. It was so entertaining watching them.
So much fun. Oh my God. So much fun. I think, Bianca, and I wanted something from him. I was drunk.
You were trying to get his money, and he's like slapping your hands.
And Ted goes, "Go do what you do best." Nothing.
Exactly. He's like, "No, Bianca, he's slapping your hands. Go do what you do best."
Now, you ladies also have something else in common. Liane, you were the Twisted Edge magazine cover girl last year for issue number 37.
And guess what?
Donna, you just told me that you will be gracing the cover of the upcoming October issue.
Yes. I'm so humbled and excited. And, you know, I have to throw it out to Anitra, who's, she's Dark Delights Lady Aslan.
Anitra.
Yeah, she writes columns for TE and Coma magazine, Twisted Edge, out of the UK, and had me do the cover, and I'm so grateful to her for this, I have to say. And this, I've never been on the cover of anything. I've been in magazines, but it's like being on the cover, I'm so excited. It's such a high for me, and I'm so grateful and humbled for this. It's like just, it's so surreal to me still, and I can't wait.
Now, where was your shoot done at?
It's actually it's a blood shoot that they wanted to use, and we did different shoots. I did one recently, and they didn't want that one, so I went ahead and put that on Facebook. So, yeah, that shoot that I did for that was actually done in Boulder City, Nevada.
Who was the photographer on that one?
Who the photographer was on that was Kelly Garney. He's a photographer. He's a good friend of mine. Here's a little bit of trivia. Kelly Garney grew up, he was best friends with the late Randy Rhoads, right?
Oh.
I'm sure everybody knows who he is. And he was in Quiet Riot, this and that, and he left all the music scene and became a photographer. He does some amazing, amazing work. He shot that before he moved to Pioche. And it's through Kelly that I met my really good friend, Kel Rhodes, who's a composer and is going to be doing music on a movie I'm doing in October. And Kel was Randy Rhodes' brother. But I know Kel. I didn't really know his brother. I know Kel on his music. I've listened to it. It's beautiful. So this is like a little bit of trivia and a long road around, but that's who did my picture.
Now, Liane, I saw your cover. Now, was that shoot done for Twisted Edge, or was it done for something else? And
It was done just for the hell of it. I wanted it done.
Which cover?
That was Lance and Julia Hild photography, and they have done one of my vampire shoots with the black wig. They've done so many photos, and I'm doing a new photo shoot with them in August that I cannot wait for that.
They're amazing too.
Right, and they actually shoot for TE magazine.
Mm-hmm. Now
they're one photographers.
The shot that appeared on the cover, where was that taken at?
That was in my house in Carmel.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I had such a blast with that. I think that photography for me and modeling or whatever you choose to do to create some kind of performance art through photographs is the idea that you have to, again, just like being an actor, you have to sort of let people in. You have to let them in. Whether it's sort of scary or cute or whatever, you've got to let them in.
Well, literally, because they were in your home.
Yeah, they were. I had to let them in. Thank you, Chris, because then nothing would have happened, and I would have been emotionally barren if I had not opened the door. So you're right about that.
Oh, God, the catastrophe. Wow.
Total catastrophe, because I took those myself. They're all selfies. I take marvelous selfies.
Wow.
Now,
okay.
Are there any other projects you ladies are slated to be in together?
Not together.
Not yet.
Not yet. We're working on it.
Okay. Now, Liane, there's one thing I wanted to mention. You mentioned this to me earlier. You're the model for sculptor Earl Schaefer's statue that's going to appear at the Veterans Memorial Cemetery at Fort Ord. Can you tell us a little about that?
Yes. Carl Schaefer's the artist, sculptor. He's known my photography since I think 2011, and he's always said that he wanted to do a sculpture of me, and they went back and forth for a long time, and then he just let me know that and sent the bust because he based it on photographs of me before I even stepped foot into a studio to finish calibrating. And he sent me the first, maquette basically of what my face was going to be. It's commemorating the new Veterans Memorial Cemetery on Old Fort Ord for the veterans. And the statue that I'll be is called Ribbons of Freedom, and she's done in Portuguese limestone, and it's the coolest thing. I went into a studio to calibrate the rest of my body, my face, everything, and it's like thinking about it, because what that statue is going to be doing is looking out over these incredible veterans that have served our country. And right below her feet are going to be some of the people that, the 9/11 people.
That's so amazing. Wow.
And around the body will be, I think it's some kind of bronze or steel, something that's incredible. And on the ribbon that wraps around her, she's like a little Statue of Liberty kind of a thing. That's the only way I can describe her. Mm-hmm. And inscribed on this ribbon are all the events, the wars, 1776, all the great wars that we had. Normandy, Pearl Harbor, yes, going up and leaving room for any other events.
Yeah.
What an honor. Now, Liane, I have a question. When is this going to be unveiled?
Mm-hmm.
He says 2017. So, and he wants to get me back in the studio. So this is amazing. You can contact his website at carlschaefer.com or on Facebook. His work is absolutely, oh my God. And I'm very picky about artwork. He's an incredible sculptor, and very much the aesthetic and also the ingenuity that goes with his work is all the different mediums that he's using. So I'm very, very proud to be that woman that's going to be up there for generations, hopefully.
Absolutely. That's like got to be a lifetime high for you.
It's one of the biggest things, the biggest honor I think I've ever really. And it's not
and not just being the statue, but honoring all the veterans and whatnot. I mean, I truly believe in my heart they don't get enough,
It just felt so incredible that I would have that opportunity to that I can't even put it in words. It's just so hard to.
I can. You just have to be proud of it,
Yeah, but it's egotistical for me to say I am honored and I'm so proud. I don't know how to say what I
don't think that's egotistical. I think, no, of course. I mean, to be able to be asked to do this, to me, like, I would consider an honor and be completely proud of it, as would anybody else.
Yeah, I was blown away, I will tell you that.
Well, take it from Chris. He's a veteran, Chris.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was bawling, I mean, I was crying. I don't do that, I'm kind of a hard ass when it comes to that. But you reach deep enough, boy, I'll pull my eyes out. So.
Yeah. Me, just give me a puppy. I'm done. I'm over it.
There'll be a ceremony at the unveiling, I assume there will be.
Yes, and I want somebody to tape it. Mm-hmm. There's going to be everybody there, and oh my God, I mean, I'm sure I'm just going to be sobbing because just the whole enormity of the fact that this is Fort Ord.
Monterey.
Major base.
I think it shut down as an active base in '94. Really
right.
Beautiful area. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
I think that's where the foreign language school used to be at, the Defense Foreign
Language
School.
CSUMB is there now, and the Foreign Language Institute, DLI, is down in Monterey. And it's also kind of up in the hills in Monterey, too. But yeah, so they're creating a whole new memorial cemetery for our veterans and 9/11. Some 9/11 firemen, policemen, those will be at her feet. And it's just, wow,
Yeah, that is just really an amazing honor. And,
yes, thank you.
Okay, well, with that, thank you, ladies, very much for joining me tonight. And I'll be sure to keep on the lookout for Krokodil Chronicles. Now, in closing, I know you both have a lot of shout-outs. So, Donna, let me start with you.
Well, I do. I already shouted out to, Lady Aslan, an actress that we know, for Tea and Coma. She's a columnist. They're a Twisted Edge magazine, people know it as, and Coma out of the UK. It's people like her and you, Chris, that just keep this industry alive and on fire. And I mean, it's like, I'm so grateful to all of that, and to Liane herself for being, such an amazing friend. I have so many amazing friends, but, it's just, I do have one question because Liane did put this on social media. I have a question for Liane. Is that all right?
Fine by me.
Okay, Liane, you said on here we was going to say who we want to sleep with, so tell me, lady.
No, that was me.
Huh?
I'm there. But yeah, go ahead, Donna. We want to know.
No, you tell. No, we want to know with you. You're the one that put it out there. I didn't put it out there. So tell me who you want to sleep with.
Oh my God. I want to sleep with Father John Misty, but he's married.
Oh shit. That's not good.
So, okay, if he were not married, even though he's crazy, but he's crazy gorgeous and crazy talented, I would sleep with him. I would sleep with Marlon Brando, like way back when.
No, you can't. He would like totally be mine. I would have to fight for him. My friend, how can you do this?
Back in his streetcar named Desire days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Donna, never mind. Okay, it's off my list, Donna.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Okay, and Liane, how about your shout-outs?
I would have to say, golly gosh, Cameron Scott for his ingenuity.
Yes, Cameron. I forgot Cameron. Sorry.
Well, I got him. I got you back.
I won't interrupt again. Sorry.
We could take over the show. Let's hijack it.
I know. It would turn rated R. I don't think Chris wants that, but go ahead.
Okay. So Luke Bernier, Michael Rodriguez for being an amazing filmmaker, Lawrence Nelson for being an amazing filmmaker. There's so many people out there I do want to thank, and I'll tell you why, and they're too many, but I want to thank them for like taking a moment to go to my page or to even look at me for anything and have conversations with me. And I just want to thank all those people. They're incredible.
Oh, that's awesome. Chris, okay, here we go again. Liane just one-upped me, okay? Remember this conversation we had with the watermelon yesterday? So can we just like do a podcast where I could thank everybody for a half hour? Because I can't have her one-up me here. It's not good. It's just not good.
Well, maybe I can do that another time. I do have one last question for both of you.
Okay.
Brief answer, 10 seconds or less.
All right.
Donna,
Okay.
what is your favorite use for Ready Whip?
Well, is this like rated R or X or whatever?
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Time's running out.
It's not. I will tell you, it's not from getting high off the can. It's not. Other than that, it's rated R. I can't tell you. You can't share it. Cherries.
Okay,
My
Liane, what about you?
My Uncle Jack's up there going, no, that's not what it's used for. I know he is. Every time I think of this, okay, Ready Whip. I'm sorry, but I will put it on a penis. Yes, and I will, like pie kind of thing.
Okay, that's good. All right. So on behalf of
Wow.
Liane,
Okay.
Donna, and myself, I'll say thank you to listeners, readers, and fans of Vital Features. If you like what you see and hear at our YouTube channel, check out our main website, subscribe and follow us on social media to catch our upcoming articles and interviews with more ladies worthy of a double take. This has been Chris Charles.